Hello, I'm Sam Oakley from MMA UK, and I'm here with UFC Bantamweight Ode Osbourne. How are you today, Ode?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, no problem. I had nothing but time, so it's a perfect time. Perfect time. I always tell people now's the time to get these in, man, because I have nothing but time.
Yeah, I think we all do nowadays.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and you are in London, correct?
No, I'm just outside of Manchester.
Manchester. I'm sorry. Okay, Manchester.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So how's Wisconsin doing these days? What's it like?
Good. It's been pretty decently warm because it's starting to warm up now. So it's been like I want to say it was like 70 a couple days ago, like maybe 5 days ago. Yesterday was really nice. Today's just been rain. But I like it when it rains because I've actually built a garden. So every time it rains, that's one less day I gotta water that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So a lot of people may not know you are obviously a UFC bantamweight. You're also a maths teacher.
Yeah, I teach math at the school I go to. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so I can imagine both of these jobs have been wildly disrupted during this pandemic. So what have the past 2 months been like for you?
Man, actually I'm an assistant, but so it's different. I'll say that, man. It's been so different having to do work online instead of interacting in person because I'm more of a person interaction kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely different, but adaptable for sure. Adaptable. If anything, it's prepared us and made us ready for the future in case something like this ever happen again. We have all the resources. Like, it was awesome how well everything just changed over into online systems. You know what I mean? And it was definitely it's a pain in the ass sometimes, but it was definitely adaptable, man. It was definitely adaptable.
Yeah, so obviously being a bantamweight contender and a teacher, I can imagine this time has been wildly disruptive. So what have the past 2 months been like in your life?
Oh man, I've learned more stuff and developed myself as a person, and my character has grown so much more during quarantine than anything, actually. Like, I've learned so much more, like, because I have the time to do, you know what I'm saying? I got so much time on my hands. So I was able to, I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn some new skills. So I started doing foreign exchange trading with a friend of mine. I learned the foreign exchange currency market. I got into the stock market. I recently got into fishing. That's like actually really relaxing. What else have I been getting into? Oh my gosh. I built a garden. Man, I've been I've been doing I've been trying to do a lot.
Man, that's the best, most sophisticated answer I could have hoped for. Most people just say Tiger King.
Oh yeah, that's well, the first couple weeks you don't know what to do with yourself. So yeah,
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
Yeah, so then I was just like, you know what, man, I'm gonna try to learn, use this time to progress myself as an individual, and how could I get ahead of everyone else? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a level playing field right now. Everybody living at home doing the same stuff. I in my head, I'm gonna use this time and just see if I can grow some knowledge.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah. So tell me about how this teaching and MMA work alongside each other, because you hear about fighters being coaches on the side a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard this one before.
Balance, man, balance. That's one of the most important parts about being a fighter, is having not just being a fighter, being a chef, being a mechanic, I think anything you do, it's always good to have something else on the side. Because it's good balance. You know what I mean? You don't want to overstimulate your brain in one area. You always want to do something else and then come back to it. I have like major ADHD, so I like doing a bunch of different things because my brain gets super overstimulated. It's the only way I feel like I could just be like normal, if that makes it's weird. It sounds weird, but that's like I feel good when I have a bunch of different things I'm doing. So like right now it's just I'm doing the school thing on top of everything else, and I like it. You know what I mean? I like it. It's with balance. It comes okay. So here's a good example, right? If I have a bad day at the gym, I can go to school, and the kids will make me feel great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the kids and being around them and just like helping them grow and develop, and they help me, and so that bad day just gets erased. Now, and vice versa, if I have a bad day at school with the kids, and sometimes, you know, they're assholes. I love them to death. You can cut that part out. Okay, cut that out.
No worries.
Cut that part out. But I love the kids to death. I love the kids to death. But sometimes, man, they're frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, man. They're so frustrating sometimes. And going to the gym is a good way to get those frustrations out. You know what I mean? And kind of like reset my brain. And so I can go back the next day and not be hard on them, because we're humans. You know what I'm saying? We're humans. So sometimes we take our frustrations out on things we don't mean to. So going to the gym and kind of releasing those endorphins makes me be a better role model to them in that sense. So they balance each other out very well, and the kids enjoy that. I actually, they look up to me fighting, because they come from similar background. So the fact that I made it to the UFC from where I came from, it's like they can look at that and use it as motivation.
Yeah, I was about to ask next, like, what was it like telling them that not only are you debuting in the UFC, but you're debuting on a Conor McGregor card, no less?
Man, it was crazy. It really was. They love that stuff. They really do. But most days they don't even care. Most days they're like, you know what I mean? Like they're used to me now, so they're just like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's like when your brother is famous or your sister's famous. It's like you're just used to your sister being famous. It's not a big deal after a while. You're still gonna be mean to your sister sometimes, or your brother sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they I love them, man. They're awesome. They're awesome kids. They really are.
So did you always know that these were both avenues you wanted to pursue professionally? Because you're not just a teacher who does a bit of jiu-jitsu, you're competing in the UFC and on Dana White's Contender Series.
Yeah, I did not know that, man. I did not. I started out, actually, before I got into the UFC, I was training smack dab in the middle of the day at 1 o'clock at this gym. I was at the same gym Anthony Pettis, Showtime Pettis was at.
Oh, really?
His brother Sergio, yeah. So I was there for like 3 years. Him, Sergio, Tyron Woodley came through a bunch of times. They had a bunch of fighters there, and the training schedule was 1 a.m. in the afternoon, and so it was hard finding a job at that time that could fit in between that training session or after training sessions. The only thing I could find was this after school program. So I got into an after school program right after training. So training ended at 3 p.m. and then after school started at like 3:30. So I was able to make it from the gym to school, and I was working like 3 hours a day, like not making much, but just getting by, being able to support myself with food and stuff like that. But that's how I got my foot in the door, and I built an awesome system in the after school program. Like my system and layout was amazing. And so they pulled me on board and asked me if I wanted to to work in the school. I actually didn't get the job actually at first. I applied to be an assistant. But the thing was I had to train at 1 o'clock. So they were like, they wanted somebody full time. And then so an assistant quit. So then they called me back when I was working at the school, and then I got my foot in the door. And so it just started from that, man. I started just about a year just strictly after school program, and then the parents really liked me, the kids really liked me, the staff really liked me. So it's all about working your way up sometimes, and I just worked my way up and got into an assistant teaching position there, and it was just amazing how it all unfolded.
Man, that's crazy, but it does sound like you've got a good balance, because you hear about a lot of fighters fighting is their entire life. So if that goes wrong, then it's just way more devastating. Yeah,
it is, and I think it's equal for me. You know what I mean? It's not like at first it was just I only wanted to be in the UFC, like that's all I wanted to do. but it's not like that anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be a world champion in the UFC, and I do want to be in the UFC. What I mean is, I also want to be a good role model for these kids, and I never thought about stuff like that before. When I was younger, I never thought about stuff like that, and I want both. I want my cake, and I want to eat it too.
Yeah, that leads us on to what was going to be my next question. Like, what are the aspirations in the UFC? And as you've just said, a world title, you've got your eyes set on that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a bantamweight clash last night. Henry Cejudo, Dominic Cruz. Henry came out on top and then retired and
then he retired.
What did you think of that fight?
It doesn't really. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference for me because I want to fight the best either way, and whoever it is in the best, I want to fight them. So that's always been my mentality. So I think that was a shock. Shocking. I did not see that coming. I really didn't. I think Henry is definitely he's the GOAT right now in that weight class. Well, right now, I'll say Henry is the GOAT right now. You know what I mean? I've been doing a little like forex trading, and this guy always talks about pawn takes king, and right now I am the pawn. You know what I mean? Because I got my first fight in the UFC, and I'm looking to take out everybody in front of me, to get to the title. So my time will come. But right now, Henry's the GOAT.
Nice. So with all the craziness going on right now, Fight Island, empty arenas, just craziness. Is fighting something you're interested in doing right now, or are you waiting for everything to settle down before you get back in there?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, man, definitely. I was born a fighter, man. I'm a born fighter. Like, so, I'll be releasing some news here pretty soon. Hopefully, if I got something on the stove cooking. So if everything comes out right, then I'm gonna be releasing something here pretty soon. I can't say too much, but if everything works out, you're gonna be hearing from it.
Oh, nice, yeah. So when you had your fight on Dana White's Contender Series, did you have much of an interaction with Dana at all?
Yeah. I talked to him after the show, and he came up to me, and he thought like a performance was great, and he said I reminded him of Conor McGregor because of my style and like how I fight and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
That was it. It was literally like a 2-minute conversation with him.
Oh wow, I never would have put those together because I've seen your fights from back in the day. Those triangles are crazy, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I try to be well-rounded, man, well-versed. You don't want to go into a gunfight with just one gun. What if there's what if you run out of bullets?
Yeah. Did you start off?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
No, I was gonna say you want to be well-versed. Being able to. My goal is to be amazing on my back, amazing on my feet.
Did you start off doing jiu-jitsu and build MMA from there, or did you start MMA specifically?
No, actually, I didn't. So I started off wrestling. I started off as a wrestler, believe it or not. So I grew up wrestling, and then that's how I got into MMA. Jiu-jitsu was the hardest for me to learn, actually. I actually just recently, as of a year ago, found my niche for jiu-jitsu again, because I kind of lost it for a little bit. You know what I mean? After tragic incident, one of my coaches that passed away a few years back, it kind of put me in a bad place, and ended up going to a different gym, and I kind of was just kind of trying to find my way, and I found my way again. So I'm back, and I love jiu-jitsu. Like I've been creating so many new setups for triangles too off of my back. It's like you have just wait. If I end up my back again, you'll see.
I can't wait to see it, man, because bantamweight's a stacked division. The range of styles, you've got Dominic Cruz, he fights like no one else. Corey Sandhagen, Peter Yanni's he's just aggressive. So I can't wait to see how you slot into that division into the future.
Me too, man. Me too. I think my first fight, I was a little overzealous. Like I'm typically super patient. If you watch me, I'm like patient, and then I just go. Patient, go. That's my style. I wait for the right opportunity, then I explode, and I'm just, but I think I was a little overzealous. So that was the lesson that I learned, and just, kind of just be a little bit more back to being patient again. So everything's a learning experience.
Did the setting have anything to do with that? Because obviously Conor McGregor card, more eyes than any other card.
I think for me it was just anticipation, like not knowing what was going to be next. Like, because everything was just so specific. You had to do everything to a T. You know, when you go, you had to stand here, and then you got to wait for somebody to come get you, and then so not knowing where to go and what to expect, that was the biggest, like, anxiety for me. But now I've been through it, so I know what to expect now, and I know what it is and how, what I'm saying. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Man, I hear fighters talk about waiting in that room and then someone comes to get him. I get anxiety just thinking about it, man.
Yeah, man, you can't leave the room, nothing. Someone just not. They all of a sudden they come in with a team of people to come get you.
Oh God. So were you watching the fights last night?
Yeah, I watched it for I watched it from the main event on the undercard. So from the Pettis card, the Pettis fight is where I started watching it at. I lied. Right. I watched also Karate Hottie and Carla Esparza.
Oh yeah, they were both really good fights. Slightly controversial decisions, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still know Anthony Pettis?
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. If last card I was on, he was on there, and I was talking to him. We chatted up whenever we're in the same room together. I wouldn't say we like talk like that, but if we're in the same room together, or if I go out and I see him and he's out, we chatted up.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys. I feel like he's underappreciated because for all his ups and downs, he's got just incredible.
Yeah, he's definitely a veteran, man. He's definitely a veteran, especially him and Donald. They've been in the game for a long time, back when it was WEC.
Yeah, they still show flashes of like true greatness here and there, like we saw.
Yeah, man.
Pettis knockout one fight.
Yeah, they've been in the game for a minute.
What did you make of the main event?
I thought it went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. Actually,
really?
Because Justin Gaethje is so compact. He's such a tight ball fighter. You know what I mean? And Tony is more like he's more like upright. You know what I mean? He's more like upright, and I thought Gaethje was gonna go right through him.
Man, I thought Gaethje had a chance to knock him out round 1 or 2. I did not see
Tony's chin.
Oh, it was unreal. It was unreal. Because those are the same shots that put Barboza down, put Cerrone down. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, I've never seen that guy. I've never seen somebody take that many hard shots to a jugular and still what? That guy is tough. He's tough.
Yeah, the whole division's just been flipped on its head now, and that's maybe the most stacked division of all. That division, your division, featherweight, those divisions. There's not a bad fight to be made in there.
No, man, no, it's game time.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you coming on here.
Most definitely, man, most definitely. I hope you have a good rest of your night. It is nighttime over there, right?
It is nighttime, yeah. What time is it? It's 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So is there anything you'd like to leave with the MMA UK viewers?
Just follow me on social media, Ode Osbourne. Typically, I'm on Instagram, Ode Osbourne, Osbourne. And, just pursue your dreams, man. Don't let anybody tell you guys that you can't do something. You can do anything you want to do. If you like doing podcasts, you can become the best podcast commentator in the world. Don't let anybody try to skew your view and try to tell you can't do something and that person's better at it than you is, because you can do anything you want to do. The world's for everybody.
Yeah, that's great, man. Well, I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you back in there. You caught my eye on the McGregor card, went back and watched some of your older fights, and now I'm invested. Can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you, man. You have a good one.
Have a great day, man. Stay safe.